Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we've got a feature that's getting discontinued on PlayStation that a lot of people didn't even know existed. And it looks like the latest Digimon game is getting review bombed. We've got those topics and more to cover, but before we get started, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so we can keep you up to date with all the latest gaming news. And also don't forget that we're giving away the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Special Edition all month long, so make sure to check out the link in the description below. Now let's get started. We got a little more information about Disney's Speedstorm. Nintendo Everything has an interview with Gameloft's Barcelona game manager Asuka Suzuki, and they discuss Speedstorm, the free-to-play racer that's coming out later this year. Now there were several things that came out of this interview, one of which is how did Gameloft get involved with the project? And we have the answer here. We met halfway to make this game. After launching Asphalt 9 Legends, we were ready to step up our game and embrace multi-platform and cross-play experiences. At the same time, the Disney and Pixar Games team were intrigued about the concept of developing a Disney and Pixar racing title inspired by our previous work with the Asphalt series. So they also did confirm that this will be cross-play and cross-progression. Now the interview gives us a little more details about what to expect from this game. Players familiar with our Asphalt games will find a lot in common with Disney's Speedstorm, like the progression system and things like the UI and nitro bars, but we wanted to give the game its own personality too. Features like characters' power-ups, loadouts, special abilities, and their levels are significant modifiers to the core arcade racing formula. Technical features like cross-play and cross-progression will make the game more accessible for all players, making it easy to pick up for new players, while still remaining challenging for more veteran and competitive players. Now, if you're going to release a kart racing game today, you're obviously going to get compared to Mario Kart 8. And here's their response when asked about how does this compare to Mario Kart 8. This is a great question. In Disney Speedstorm, characters aren't just broken up by general types. We've given them one of 4 classes, Speedster, Brawler, Trickster, and Defender, to support the strong combat racing element to this game. Boost management is really important, and each class builds extra boost in different ways, such as a brawler gaining more boost through stunning other races, or a speedster gaining extra boost by going across boost pads. This provides the opportunity for very strategic racing if players wish to race that way. So it sounds to me like they're emphasizing more of a combat aspect of this game rather than just kart racing. Now we don't have an exact release date yet, just that it's supposed to come sometime this year. And this is definitely something I'm going to try out, especially since it's free to play. I'll just have to see if they make it pretty much impossible to play or have any fun without spending a lot of money. And we have a slight update to the Cowabunga Collection, this coming to us from Konami's Twitter account. Super NES TMNT Tournament Fighter fans, you asked for the deets about online play in the TMNT Cowabunga Collection. Game speed high speed 1, game time 60, and rollback netcode yes. Now if you're not familiar with the rollback netcode, I'm not going to go into a big explanation of it, just know that it does make the online play a lot smoother, where you don't have all these delays of the two ends trying to talk to each other and sync up. So this is good news for those who want to play this version online. Now the NES and Genesis version of Tournament Fighters is also included in the Cowabunga Collection, but it does appear from previous announcements that only the Super NES version will have online play. And in case you missed the recent announcement, the Cowabunga Collection is scheduled to come out August 30th. So if by the end of the month you've grown tired of Shredder's Revenge, you've got a whole lot more TMNT goodness to look forward to. We have an interesting story. This coming to us from Nintendo Life. Digimon Survive is getting review bombed on Metacritic. And I was vaguely aware of this game coming out because I didn't really look too much into it, not really a Digimon fan, but it seems that the review bombing is coming from the fact that the game is mostly a visual novel. This from the article here, it says the negative reviews posted to the site seem to share the same sentiments. One user who has copied their comments across all 4 platform pages says it would be a Digimon game that I would really enjoy if it wasn't so loaded with those visual novel elements that are completely out of place. Others on Twitter state that the review bombing is down to misleading marketing. Now at one point the Switch version was sitting at a 1.7, but I think it's gained a little bit since then. And I do have to wonder if the company had a feeling that fans might not like the game because there were no review codes sent out to anyone before the release. So right now there are no official reviews on Metacritic. Now the game isn't totally a visual novel, there are some strategy RPG elements, and this was disclosed before the game's release. This coming from the Nintendo Life article. However, the mix of genres and some of the earlier marketing had led to some confusion. We can understand people being disappointed when something isn't what they expected it to be, though as recently as Digimon Con, the game's producer has clarified that the game is 70% visual novel and 30% strategy RPG. And recent marketing has also emphasized the cutscene and interaction portions of the game. So let me know what you think. Do you think this was just bad marketing on their part, or do you think that this would have happened no matter what? And it looks like PlayStation is discontinuing a feature that I don't think I ever used, and obviously it doesn't look like a whole lot of people did either. The official announcement here from PlayStation.com. In fall of 2022, the Accolades feature on PlayStation 5 will no longer be supported. The feature hasn't seen the level of usage we anticipated, so we are refocusing our efforts. We encourage the community to continue to send positive messages to one another. So basically, if you haven't seen this feature before, it allowed you to send accolades to people of helpful, welcoming, or good sport. And one of the challenges of this feature was that it had to be supported by the developer. So if you had a game released, say, on multiple platforms, additional programming had to be done to add the Accolades system to the PlayStation version. So while this is a neat feature to have, obviously it makes more sense to focus your efforts somewhere else and drop something that's really not being used. And that's all we have for today. Did anything we cover catch your attention? Did you ever use PlayStation's Accolade feature? And have you tried out Digimon Survive? Is it something you like, or were you disappointed? Drop a comment about those topics or anything else we covered today. I want to thank you for watching, and be good.